Hi, and good morning, everyone. My name is Albert, and this is Vlogs About Nothing. Thank you very much for taking the time out of your very busy morning to join me. I really do appreciate it. Me and this fly, or this fly and I, both really appreciate you. Today, or this morning, I want to talk about two different things, both of which mean a lot to me. Playing basketball and taking care of your boo, alright? And so, let's get started. In case you didn't know, all 5'4.5", 113 pounds of me, man of steel, you feel me? Seriously. You know, that predisposition, that physical mass of Greek goodness, I'm describing myself. I play basketball, and obviously, because I've described myself the way that I did, you know that I'm the best player ever on a basketball court, like that size, considering all the other guys are just a couple feet taller than me, a couple 100 pounds bigger, it's no big deal. I love basketball, I do. It's been somewhat of a thing that I've had my entire life, just like everything else as it appears to be. I wish I was normal and didn't, develop lifelong habits and love and practice and all of these different things, because ignorance is bliss sometimes. You bet, you feel me? And that's just how I feel about it sometimes. But I tell you, I really enjoy playing basketball. I've used it as an analogy my entire life. Anytime I've been on my own, which has been pretty much, the whole time in my life, I've found solace in basketball. I like floors, okay? This is like a real weird thing about me, even in character. I'm obsessed with floors, like a fluoro guy. I'm just saying, I like floors, and I don't know of any other way to describe that. A florifist. Anyways, I like floors because they're cool. More analogies, they hold things down. You know what I mean? Like, seriously, I'm stupid, I know. I wish I was lying. I like floors, like old hardwood floors, or oak floors, or cedar wood floors, or ivory floors. Like, I really am into old school wood floors and the maintenance of them and stuff. I grew up in a house, we had some hardwood floors, some cherry hardwood oak floors, I think, whatever. No big deal. Basketball courts have really nice floors. They do. I, would sign up to be a ball man, as it would be. Like to just go wipe down the court with the little dryer thing or whatever, the little push thing. I love basketball. In that particular setting, nothing bothers me. You feel me? Like, there's nothing like having a gym all to yourself and playing basketball for hours until you can't stand anymore, and all that you have is a pair of headphones, you feel me? And like nothing to worry about except just playing ball. That's kind of why I'm single and terrible at relationships, I guess. I'm really good at taking care of myself. I'm really terrible at doing anything else, I suppose. Jesus Christ. But I don't think that's true, because the next thing that we're going to talk about now is why I think you need to give your partner an allowance. Did he just say that? I did, okay? So, like, I try to keep business proper, you feel me? Even when there's 5-ton trucks going down a highway that does not allow for 5-ton trucks to go down it. Shout out, you feel me? To all the truckers who just decide to do whatever they want to do regardless of, like, the rules. Anyways, I want to talk about how I think you need to be breaking your partner off. You feel me? And, like, okay, hear me out. Ideally, I'm a realist, In my own fantasy of a world, I have a girl, we live together, and, she be helping pay bills because she's got, like, a job or whatever. Like, I say that because I'm just trying to, be appropriate and, like, recognize that my partner, who doesn't exist, may or may not want to work. You feel me? And that's cool, because, like, each and every single time I've been in a relationship, I'm the guy that works. You feel me? I'm the simp, you know? Like, I'll go 9 to 5 while you do your thing 9 to 5. I'm just saying that, like, I don't care, you feel me? Like, that's the biggest misconception I think girls get about me, is that, like, they think I'm on, like, something else, you feel me? Like, no, again, I just described it. Ideally, yeah, girl's got a good job, she's happy, pays good, that's great. Don't know of too many instances in which that happens, just because there aren't that many good jobs to begin with, and there's hell of a lot less few hot girls and honest and cool girls to get with, so the pool just shrinks more and more and more, and it doesn't take from very much to begin with, you see what I'm saying? And so, whoever it is, so when I was 30, I was dating this woman that was 34 years older than me, right? And, I started to get called out on it, because, like, when I'm with a girl, and even if it's like DoorDash, okay, put yourself in my shoes, like, real life perspective, right? You make like $60 a day, $80 a day doing DoorDash, you feel me? And then, like, you send your girl 20, okay? So, like, seriously, I think that whoever's working, if you're not both working, if one of you is working more or whatever, or one of you is not working, then damn right, it's up to the other person in the relationship to help you out, you feel me? Like, what? I've never understood this, especially when I was younger. I think that was the biggest problem when I was younger, dating people that were my age, was that, like, everything was always a battle, you know what I mean? Everything was always, like, on some, let's split the tab and I'll sell you some stuff, you feel me? And it's just sort of like, I never understood that, like, I understand that I've been a pretty nice guy, and I've probably been taken advantage of a billion times, you feel me? But so as it is concerned, like, even with my most recent ex, like, I think because of the age difference, she didn't really understand that, like, I was just trying to break her off, like, an allowance. But then other people don't even think like me, you feel me? Like, other partners out there beyond, like, some independent sort of, like, stay out my bank statement type stuff, because I'm using the credit card to, like, hit up Chatterbait and go to massage parlors, and I don't want you to see the statement kind of a thing. I'm just saying, Albert's back, you feel me? Like, seriously, my personal life sucks, but boy, this character is something else. I do know that I think you need to pay your partner. For what? For being your partner, man. For putting up with your ass. For, like, having to deal with the constant, worry of, like, what you're gonna eat today, or, if you're gonna have money to, like, get weed, you know what I mean? Like, seriously, I'm not kidding. Ask your boyfriend, you guys watching this, all my hateful exes, you guys got them new boyfriends, you feel me? You trying to, like, ask them to put you on an allowance, and, like, for it to not be awkward, and, like, for it to be a whole conversation, because that's what your boy here does, you feel me? And, like, yeah, it's sort of awkward at first, and yeah, it's sort of just like, why is this dude doing that or whatever? But, like, I wish that were the standard. I wish that, like, I could be in a relationship, and dating somebody that is just doing way better than I am, you feel me? And, like, I mean, again, oh, Albert wants to be a sugar baby, blah, blah. No, I don't, you feel me? Like, not everything has to be so transaction-based that, like, it becomes business proper, you feel me? Like, be a good person to be a good person, and most of the time people will be good people, but some of the times people still won't be good people. So why do you not want to be a good person? Because sometimes people aren't a good person, and you don't want to have that risk of being a certain kind of a way when you're nice and somebody's not. You see what I'm saying? I'm just saying that people, especially when they're in relationships, fail to recognize the actual value of them, right? Like, everyone wants something for free, you feel me? I love that. I love that ex trap, you feel me? Like, hey, come over and kick it, you know what I mean? It's like, all right, cool, well, are we gonna, do anything, or are we gonna, like, and at least with me, because in my defense, my last ex was, like, always on me about, like, trying to get into my room right away, but, like, it was because we didn't have a lot of time. It wasn't because I was trying to do anything and get out or whatever, you feel me? That, like, was not the case at all, but I get how it was perceived like that, Regardless, you need to break off your partner. You feel me? Seriously. Like, I'm not even kidding. Like, I wish I was. And breaking off with a partner does not include other things that your partner gets. You feel me? Other perks, like cups of coffee, or, you know, free Lyft rides, or, you know, paying for gas for their friends, or buying stuff for their family. I mean, these are all other costs that are incurred as you want to successfully navigate any relationship. Now, if you do what I've told you to do and go back and watch some of the videos where I tell you what not to do, you be a perfect boyfriend. You feel me? You'd be a perfect partner. So all that I'm saying is that basketball is really cool. I play it all the time, and I think you need to give your partner a daily allowance. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching my videos. You feel me? Like, I really do appreciate it. And as I look at the numbers now, unreal. You know, again, you go into these things with a plan. In me, I don't ever expect any of my plans to work now at this point. You know, I've gone through such great lengths to make plans just to see them all sort of crumble IRL as slow as you can possibly imagine. One time, I was going to class in Denver, okay? I swear to God. I was on the bus, right? And there was a demolition. There was a scheduled demolition to be taking place in downtown Denver. Big ass building was going to be demolished and imploded, you know, so that it could be raised and there'd be room for another big ass skyscraper or whatever. And I had watched the local news that morning, and I was like, oh snap, that is on the way to my class, like on the way to campus, you know? Like, if I leave 15 minutes early, I can get off the bus, watch it, get on the next bus 15 minutes later, be at class on time, you know what I mean? And so I do that, and I'm getting off the bus, you feel me? And as I'm getting off the bus driver decided that they didn't want to move, you know, and they wanted to watch the building to get demolished as well. But the bus driver was already running late. And so I get off the bus, you know, and like I try to walk across the street, but then there's like this row of cars, including this big ass bus now that I just got off to watch the building get like demolished or whatever, and it just stays there. You know, like, and I don't get to see the building get demolished, right? Like, the bus just blocks my view, and then 30 seconds later it just passes by, and then there's no more building, you know? And I'm thinking to myself, like, dude, like, this is crazy. I could have just stayed on the bus, you know, and watched it. I didn't think that I would miss it had I gotten off the bus, you know? And so I bring that stuff up because, like, I am a clueless guy in my own personal life, you know? I try to think that everything is cool. I make all these plans, and then they spectacularly fail. And every single time, I'm just even more depressed about it, you know? Honestly, low-key, there's times where I'm just like, oh man, like, this is, you know, we're gonna have to do something here. And I think the last few weeks have really taught me a lot about myself, and I can't stop complaining about it. It's so crazy. And all I can do is what I'm doing, you know what I mean? And this doesn't, it's whatever. Daily life throws other curveballs at you, you know what I mean? And I've been dealing with those as well. With class, I might add, seriously, with some major class, you know, the only thing I'm lacking is right where I should not be lacking, and that's being kind and decent to the most wonderful person in the world, you know what I mean? But that's what, yeah. What have you guys been up to? You guys been okay? Seriously? Everybody doing all right? You guys staying out of trouble? Watching my videos? Watching the show? You tell somebody to watch the show, please? You know what I mean? Like, maybe 2 months, 10,000 subs, another few months, you know, 25 and so forth, and get that button. One day we'll be getting that button, and I promise, wherever I'm at in life, I'll always have it hanging right behind me, you know, just because that button has been something that I've wanted definitely for a long time now. I hope that you guys have a really good day. Thank you very much for being a part of this whole thing. I hope that you guys take care of yourselves. Don't do the things that I do, you feel me? And do the things I do that I ask politely for you to do. And like I said, I think you guys would be just fine. Have a good day. Thank you. Bye.